While he was still immersed in the music, his companions had already evacuated the moon. He hurriedly drove the vehicle to catch up with them. But in the end, he failed to reach them. He complained furiously about his companions. But the very next second, a small asteroid impacted the Earth. He froze on the spot. After returning to the base, he tried to contact Earth again and again, but he never got a response. He became the sole survivor. Luckily, there was still a large amount of food at the base, enough to last him for the rest of his life. But loneliness was devouring him little by little. One day, while looking for food in the warehouse, he suddenly saw the silhouette of a woman. He ran towards her immediately, full of emotion, but discovered that it was actually a kangaroo. The man turned around in disappointment, but the kangaroo was extremely aggressive, and with one kick sent him flying through the air. Seeing the paw print on his abdomen, the man exploded with rage. The next day, he took a machine gun, Gatling, and declared war on the kangaroo. For a while, the kangaroo was forced to flee everywhere. But soon the bullets ran out. The kangaroo launched a counterattack and once again kicked him through the air. When he woke up, he suddenly heard a radio transmission. It turned out there were still survivors on Earth. His companions had been trying to contact him all along, but his communication system was broken. The kangaroo's tail knocked down a cable, accidentally restoring the signal. Hearing the voices coming from Earth, the man burst into tears on the spot. But the situation on Earth wasn't good either, and he could only depend on himself to return. He found an old spaceship. As long as he repaired it, he could go back home. But while he was looking for the engine module, the trailer carrying the kangaroo detached. When he realized, it was already too late. If he went back to save the kangaroo, the vehicle couldn't withstand the return to base. But if he continued moving forward, the kangaroo would be trapped until death. The man hesitated. People on Earth held their breath, awaiting his decision. In the end, he roared with fury and turned back anyway. Luckily, he found the trailer. The kangaroo threw itself excitedly onto him. It licked his helmet affectionately, but during the return together, the vehicle ran out of power. At that moment, they were still 55 kilometers from the base, and the spacesuit could only support 5 hours of activity. The man looked at the starry sky, silently waiting for death to arrive. But the kangaroo wouldn't stop hitting the trailer. Suddenly, the man had an idea. He dismantled some parts of the vehicle and built an improvised sled. The kangaroo dragged him, gliding quickly across the lunar surface. They jumped over canyons and passed grazing the Earth. Just before the oxygen ran out, they successfully returned to the lunar base. He also repaired the old spaceship, but just when he was about to return to Earth, he discovered that another asteroid was heading towards Earth. People on Earth immediately fell into panic, but the man made a decision instantly. He placed the kangaroo in the escape pod. The kangaroo fought desperately, wanting to stay by his side. The man said his final goodbye. Everyone watched with hearts full of sorrow. The man piloted the pod directly towards the asteroid. This time he chose to sacrifice himself, just to save all the people on Earth.